To come on today to give you some encouragement about something I was thinking about. And when I first started thinking this way, it changed a lot of my perspective about how I woke up each day, planned for my week, did the normal parts of life. And I hope that it can encourage you and give you that as well. So growing up, we always went on vacation to the beach or to the mountains. I think the furthest we went was Florida, and that was so much fun. My mother would never get on a plane, and so we never went anywhere we couldn't drive. And that was reasonable to drive with 3 kids and all that stuff. So I had never been on a plane before I got married, because I had not taken any mission trips. I didn't study abroad while I was in college. Again, I just went where I could drive. And so when Adam and I got married, we went on a honeymoon to France, and it was one of the best times of my life. It was so much fun. And just like I had dreamed, it opened my eyes to so much. Not that I was really sheltered or anything growing up, but it just opened my eyes to new culture and just the different way people live, and just seeing all that firsthand was so eye-opening for me. And I remember coming back from that trip and being like, oh my gosh, that was so refreshing. It was so much fun to be there. And I really was, Adam and I, when we go to places, like when we plan vacations, we like to go for experiences. We've been on a few vacations where we just go and sit, but that isn't like our normal thing. Like our normal thing is to go on vacation, like do. Like we love to experience stuff. So when we went, we really were trying to be like like the French and do things that they did and go to normal places. We went to some of the tourist places, but not all the touristy places. And we would like go to like neighborhood restaurants and do just things like locals did, right? And the biggest thing that we found was just, you hear that the French are like take long lunches and like do things like that, and they are really in tune to their fun before they are for work, right? And I think growing up in the States, we kind of look down on that, like, oh my gosh, you should be working, not taking 2-hour lunches, and having weeks and weeks of vacation every year and all that stuff. We're just in this mindset in our country where we work, and then we play. Where a lot of Europe is on the other flip. They are have fun and work to support your fun and your life and that sort of stuff. But it is not, the work is not the priority of your life, which is very interesting. And as someone who had just gotten out of school, was going to grad school, starting grad school, or no, I was already in grad school at that point, was going to grad school and working full time. Like that was not normal for me to think about, living and then working second, you know what I mean? And so when I came back from vacation, I was just like, oh my gosh, like how can I live like that all the time? How can I feel that alive and that just excited about waking up every day? Because that's literally how I felt. And the other times that I felt that way have been when I've been on trips, like mission trips to Haiti. I've never felt more alive in my life than being on mission trips in Haiti. That was just an absolute life changer. And it's because in those moments, my focus during the day isn't about like, oh my gosh, it's not so task oriented about everything I need to get done and being super productive and stuff like that. And that's counterintuitive to my personality, because I'm very much a productivity driven person. I don't know, that's just how I am. And so waking up and thinking not about all the things I need to get done, but thinking about serving others when I was in mission in Haiti or in France, when it was just about waking up and like being in that moment with Adam and being focused on our family first and doing things together and going about our day. Like that was my start of the priority for my day, right? Those things, not myself, and not about the task I needed to get done and being super productive and all this like grind, right? And I just want to encourage you that we oftentimes in our culture, we live for the rest days. We live for Friday at 5, Saturday and Sunday. And we get those, I just call them Sunday blues, when you know you have to like go back to work the next day. That's when I was working in corporate. That's how I'd feel. Like every Sunday I would like cry at night because I knew I had to like face an entire other week of that. And it just was not life-giving at all. It was life-sucking. And so I just didn't want to feel that way all the time. Who does, right? And we just live for those rest days. But the truth is, like, we don't know how many rest days we have. We don't know how many vacations we can take, or, you know, whatever, all this stuff to line up to just be joyful and excited and have fun every day just on those off days, right? But what we can do is live every single day our best and our fullest. And, you know, for me, when we went to France, for example, I was able to see a different way of life. Like, they prioritized their family and that family time over work and getting work done. And that was so eye-opening to me. So yeah, they took 2-hour lunches, but it was because they went home and got their wife and their kids, and they all went out to lunch together and spent time talking in the middle of the day. And at night they got off at a certain time, and eating dinner was like an experience, and they had neighbors come, and you would go to these like neighborhood restaurants. There's one that Adam and I love. It's called Chez Genou, and you would see like entire families and grandparents in there all together on like a Tuesday, and they were eating for like 5 hours. Like, they weren't worried about getting home to get up the next morning, and they weren't worried about, you know, just the normal like time regiment that we all live on. And that can be so, it can be so life-sucking to just wake up every day on a schedule, you know, never being able to work the parts of your life that are super important to you into your everyday life. And that's what we're here to do. We're here to live every day, not just on the weekends, not just when we're here going on vacation. We're here to live every day. And so I want to encourage you guys to have that mindset. Like, tell yourself, like, I'm on vacation today. You're on vacation because you're alive and you're well and you have the ability to work for your family, but it can still be a positive day. It doesn't have to be like the grind Monday through Friday and then joy, you know, after that, right? Because quite frankly, like, we all have to work to live. And I do get that. I'm not saying to like not work hard, but we do all have to work to live, but we don't have to live to work. And I think that's the script that we have to flip in our minds. Like, yes, I work, but you know, it's because I'm getting to live, and you get to live every day, even Monday through Friday. And so working like the special things into your day, like having a good lunch, even if you can't physically get together with like your spouse, for example. I'll give the example of the French, like going home and eating as a family for lunch. Even if you can't do that, you could FaceTime your spouse. You could, the kids are gonna be interrupting me at the moment, but you could incorporate things into your day that are super life-giving. If you know, all different ways. And I also want to encourage you to always have something in your day that you're excited about, so that you are passionate about. Have a thing in your day that just creatively gives you excitement and joy, because those moments are gonna amplify on each other and make your whole day that much better. And so I just want to encourage you that if you are the type and the person that is normally living for the weekends and living for vacation, and that's when you like to get to cut loose and feel good and just be, you know, happy every single day, like, you can feel that way every single day, regardless if it's the weekend, regardless if you're on vacation. You can feel excited and joyful and lighthearted about life every single day. And it starts with your mindset. So it starts with what you're thinking, the thoughts that you're thinking, how you are handling your responsibilities and things like that, and really taking into account what brings you joy and what fills you up. For me, that is my faith. And so starting my day with prayer, praying throughout my day, listening to worship music, having moments where I'm just reading, all these little things added to my day make my day so exciting, and not being so hemmed in on being a super productive person. And I'm not saying to not be productive or not to go after your goals or not to work hard. Do those things, but have the right mindset about it. tell yourself like, this is a good thing, I'm having the opportunity to do this. And you can just feel the excitement and the motivation about life every day, irregardless if it's a Saturday or a Tuesday. Like, you can still have that zeal and that excitement, because I know when you're on vacation and you get to just do what you want and just be there with your family and have no pressure and all that stuff, it's lovely. It's wonderful. And I'm not saying that life is going to be easy, or, to cast off all your responsibility and just go, live without responsibility and stuff like that. But we can take our responsibility and flip it in our mind to be super positive and have a super positive mindset about it. And it changes your demeanor. It changes how you wake up every day. It changes how you go through your day. It changes how you feel when you lay your head down at night, when you have this lighthearted approach to life, where you are just focusing on the things that are life-giving to you and the opportunities that are in front of you. And I understand it can be really hard to be excited about your job, especially if it's a job that you don't really like. But there is opportunity there, because God wouldn't have you in that position if there wasn't something for you to learn. Even if it's for you to learn that you need to leave that job, all that comes with experience and wisdom and knowing and learning more about yourself, and relying on Christ more, because when we're going through a difficult time, that is time that we experience so much growth spiritually and intrinsically with who we are and our character and all these different parts to our life. So lean into the hard, like lean into it, even if you're going through a hard time, but you can still have a lighthearted attitude and mood even during the hard times. And that's really, it really just comes down to you being focused on what you're thinking about, what you're filling your heart up with. Are you listening to depressive music during the day? Are you listening to excited music? Just like when you're on vacation, what do you do on vacation? For my family, we always are playing music 24/7. We love music. So we're always listening to good music. We're, making good food and just talking to each other. Keeping the TV off at night is huge. I know when we're on vacation, we talk more and we feel so much more connected. And really it's because we're out of our element and we're not just falling into our bad habits. You're like going to dinner and coming home and like talking and staying up late because you're not worried about getting up the next day and things like that. Well, when you're home, even in the middle of 9 to 5, I'm not saying to not go to bed and get good sleep, but you could just leave the TV off. If you left the TV off, because those can be such bad habits, and I'm preaching to the choir right now, you will talk. You will talk. If you have the TV off, you're going to sit and talk to each other and interact with each other and come up with ideas and talk philosophically and have, great conversation, and that will spur more thoughts about stuff and more motivation about things and more ideas about what to do and what steps to take next. When you are in a mode of creation and thinking, so much outflows from that. So much excitement and joy and fun outflows from that mindset. And that's the mindset we usually have on the weekend or on vacation, because we don't feel all this typical pressure and we're not doing our typical bad habits. Waking up right before the alarm, or, snoozing the alarm 3 times and then having to wake up and rush out the door, and you're feeling irritated even before your day starts because it didn't start, well, when you're on vacation, you can sleep in and you can wake up and kind of do your own pace and you get to do all the things you want to do. But what you can do is learn from that, learn from what those moments are that make you love vacation or love the weekend, and incorporate them into your everyday life. So make it a point to, I'm going to say it, get up early and have time for yourself to start your day and work into your day things that are fun, whether it's reading, whether it's getting coffee and sitting down and just enjoying it. There's so many different things that you can work into your everyday life that makes you feel just as excited and relaxed and lighthearted about life as you feel on the weekends and on vacation. That is possible every single day. And that was something that I really took to heart, especially after going to France and seeing how they live and how they're just more relaxed. You don't see people on their phones at all. Out in public, people are barely on their phones. They're barely checking their watches. People are walking. They're not having to hustle and bustle, and they're taking their time because that's just how they grew up, culturally. They're here to live life, not just to work and be these super productive specimens, right? So I just want to offer some encouragement to you that if you're in that habit of just living for the weekends or living for vacation and being just burnt out before the week even begins, then this is for you. This mindset switch is for you. You just need to start thinking more positively, working into your day the things that make you excited about your life. And whether that's getting up early to work that in, whether that's making lunchtime a specific way for you, or leaving the TV off at night so that you're having more time to work in those actual life-giving things and not just consuming. The outflow of your mindset and your mood is going to change drastically. And that's what I've really tried to work on for myself, and to, have those moments of my day that are super nourishing for my mind and my soul and all of it. So it's important that we take those into account. It's important that we take an inventory and recognize the things that are a part of our daily life. And if there's stuff that we don't like about our life, guess what? You get to change it, because you're here and you're alive right now. So you can start changing it. And the first place to change it is what you're thinking up here. So I hope this was an encouragement to you today. If you have any mindset tricks or anything that you just absolutely love that you've learned from being on vacation, like if there's something you just experienced on vacation and it changed your life, share that in the comments. I love hearing stories about this. All right, guys, I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye for now.